set this to run against any live instance. It can also run against Geo, because I'm in the Geo group, and we do want to run certain Geo tests when we're upgrading a Geo instance. What it does is it runs a certain set of smoke tests, and also some of the Geo tests that we want to use to run when we're upgrading Geo. I created a new runner so that it would basically just run the test over and over again. And one of the variables that you can set is how long you want it to loop over, and it will, if it ever fails, then it will just end the test. So I conveniently still working out some bugs. So right now, all the tests you can set are you can trigger them manually, but I'll probably change that later. But yeah, it basically just keeps running. You know, this one was create an issue, so it just keeps running it. So this was running for 20 minutes. Yeah, and there's just it just runs a bunch of jobs in parallel for however long you want it to. Some caveats are that this generates a lot of resources. It's generating issues and projects and groups and whatnot. So right now this would just be for, I wouldn't suggest using this against a production instance, but this was basically just kind of version 1. And that's pretty much it. Also, I kind of made this in a vacuum, so no one's really looked at it. So I appreciate any comments. This is my first pipeline project, anything. So, but yeah.
Vacuum no more. It's going to be on YouTube. So I have a question. This is creating things, right? It's creating issues and things.
Yeah.
Have you considered also just putting in the deletion? So it's like create, delete. So it's like self cleanup, and we should be testing delete as well. Like,
yeah,
just have it be a closed loop that's just self-contained and self-managing. And because I think we should, I don't want to say destructive actions, but delete actions should definitely be factored in.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the follow-up issues, is to
awesome.
Have a cleanup.
Okay. So you said it loops, and all those jobs show that they're passed. Do they stop, or do you stop them manually? Like, what's the life cycle, I guess, of a job?
So one of the inputs is the number of minutes that you want the runner to run. So right now I have it set, you know, it's just a variable here. So I set it to 20 minutes. The default is 1. But yeah, so if it fails, then it will just stop. Otherwise, it will run for the 20 minutes or however long you set it for.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, that's all I wanted to show.
I have one more question.
Okay.
How are we determining failure?
It's the same. Let's see. I didn't make any special retry settings or anything, so it's whatever the default is. I think it maybe tries a couple of times.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how do we determine the error rate? For example, it's going to be green all the time because it shouldn't fail. But then when you do the upgrade, there's probably a blip that it may fail because no downtime is actually not no downtime. How is that communicated, or how do you track those results?
That's a good question. And actually, we still have to test it against an actual upgrade. Right now, I've just been testing it against a live instance, but yeah, that will be one of the things we'll definitely have to determine. But yeah, I'll,
cool.
I'll keep you updated on that.
Just forward-looking feedback. Yeah. It's not any. Yeah, it's great. And the other thing I would suggest is structure this like when you have a dial, where the current revision is stable, but then you can actually crank it up, just like ×2 the load. So you can possibly do stress on the no downtime upgrade. It could be passing if you're creating one issue every minute or so. But what's going to happen if you create 10 issues per minute, and just think in terms of how you're going to ramp it up for the roadmap of this tool.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Awesome.
Thanks. sharing now.
It's really great. Thank you, Jenny.